Appreciate it, Smoke. Go ahead, man. So look, welcome to Bridging the Generation podcast, man. I'm your host, Malak Arif, man. Today, I got one of the most iconic congo players, man, percussionists in the go-go music genre, man. This brother came on the scene, man. We talking about 1993 Northeast Groovers, man. We talk about Van Dam. We talk about The Water. We talking about 20-minute workout. The list goes on, man. Presently, he's with Red Essence, man. And if you ask most people in the city who's their favorite congo player, 9 out of 10 out of 10 is going to mention this brother right here. I'm talking about none other than Go Smoke, man. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? I appreciate that, man. That's a nice introduction, man.
Nah, you deserve it, brother. You deserve it, man. This has been a long time in the making, man. Like I said, I vividly remember you guys coming on the scene, man, when I was like 14, 15 years old, man. And I was just talking to my man the other day, and we was talking about like the premier bands. And I'm not gonna say y'all was number one, but I'm not gonna say at this time anybody was better than Northeast Groovers. I can't, for 3 years, man, in my opinion, I can't say nobody was, but y'all had a hell of a run, man. And I want to get into all of that, man.
We had a hell of a run, though. We did have a hell of a run. Y'all had, and to be honest, man, 93, 94, man, just take me back, man. So I want to talk about all of that, Smoke, man. And when I say y'all may not be number one, listen, because we come from a territorial city, man. So everybody got their different band. So I'm just saying, like, me, man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it funky, man. I'm a S's head all day long. But like I said, during this time, I can't honestly say Essence or Bag or anybody was better than NE, man. Y'all, the run was epic, man. So, hey, Smoke, first of all, man, take me back, man. Take me back, man. Let's go back. I want to know how. I think the people want to know how this shit all started, man. Give me the history, man. Don't give me the condensed version, man. Give me the history of Northeast Groovers. Like, you know, take me back. Like, go ahead, Smoke. I can take you back far as me.
No,
like, but yeah, Northeast was started before me, though.
Yeah, no doubt. So I want to. This is about Smoke. This ain't about Northeast. This is about Smoke. So like, so Smoke. Did you come from like you know, hey man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So relax, hey Smoke, relax, man. Let me get these questions on, brother. Let me get these questions on. Hey,
it's cool.
Hey, so Smoke, did you come from like a musical background, or you know what I'm saying? How did you get into playing the congas, man? When did it all start for you as far as like picking up the congas, man?
Well, it started back for me back when I was young. I was like, it was probably like 80, 88, something like that. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what year the Go Live came out. When Go Live came out, that's what, okay, 87. That's when I really got into the congos for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I was playing with Legacy Band. You know what I'm saying? So I played with Legacy before any band I played with. You know what I'm saying? That's the band I grew up playing in. You know what I'm saying? So and like they about to start back something. They about to start doing a little album now, just to try to do a little album real quick. But yeah, I started with Legacy first. You know what I'm saying? Then we used to practice. Legacy used to practice in the same place Northeast Groovers was practicing.
Where was that?
So, and that was in I think it was Rio Studio. But it was in Lanham at first. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And we used to practice in there. We used to practice before Northeast. And they used to watch us practice, and like 2 weeks later, a couple weeks later, I just hear him come in and ask me, "Come here for a second." Like, our congo play about to leave. Is you trying to come play? I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn, I don't really want to leave my mans in them, but this a step up though, for real. You know what I mean? But
you know, why you say that? When you say it's a step up, explain that.
Cause Northeast was already together. Already had. They was playing down Evans Grill and playing at places and playing different places. Legacy was together. We had shows, but we wasn't playing no big shows. Northeast still had big shows already. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like a step up, but I ain't want to leave my mans in them though. You know what I mean? So I had to make that decision, so I made that decision, and it went forward from there.
Who was the one that you actually talked to? Was it 32 or like who was the first person in Northeast that you actually met?
It was Rapper and Dig Dub. Rapper and Dig Dub came to me.
Okay, what was that? You remember how that conversation was like, man?
I don't remember exactly. how it went, but you know what I'm saying. But I know they asked me. They was like they Congo player either about to leave or about to quit or something about the Congo player. And I'm like, dang, I knew it was Tommy, but I ain't know him personally then. Right. You know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. They was like, you know what I'm saying. He about to quit or leave or something. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying. I holler my man and them. My man and my Legacy ain't want me to leave, but I wanted to take that chance though. I wanted to take that step though. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay, no doubt. Because you know, when I think back, like when I first heard of you guys, man, it, like I said, I'm talking like 93, 94. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't remember Northeast in the 80s, man. I never, you know what I'm saying? Probably maybe 92. I think the first time I heard the name Northeast Groove was like 92. You know what I'm saying? Like vaguely. But when y'all really hit, man, it was like 93. So when you joined the band, we're talking what? We talking
91.
91. Okay. Yeah. So what did you think about North? What was your what was your whole take on Northeast Groovers, man? Like prior to you joining the band, you know what I'm saying? What was your, how did you think about, what did you think about the band as far as like their skill set, their songs, different things like that, man? What did you think of the
band? They was cranking though. They was one of the upcoming bands though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying they had like kind of like big shows already. You know what I'm saying? So they was musically inclined like a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I learned a lot of music from them. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now at this time was Miss Pratt, was she managing them at that time?
Yeah, she was always the manager when I was there.
Okay. What was that like, man? The late Miss Pratt.
Man, she was like a second mother. She was like a second mother to us, man. You can depend on her for anything.
Now that's Kyrie's mom, right?
Yeah.
I always thought that was interesting, man. That to my knowledge, that was the only band I knew that had a female manager. To my knowledge, I always thought that was kind of cool.
And Essence had Miss Mac.
Oh yeah, Miss Mac, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's move forward a little bit. So 91.
I ain't say where I rated Northeast, like where Northeast was to me when I got with them. It was like it was already level bands. Essence was already top. Essence always was the top. You know what I'm saying? Then it was like Junkyard and you know what I'm saying? Then that's when Northeast Groove was falling right under Junkyard coming up though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I wanted to take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Go and get with them.
Okay. Nah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, and a lot of people want to know this, man. Like, how did you get the name Smoke, man? You know what I'm saying?
You see why I got the name Smoke, Sean? It was back like 92.
Yeah.
I was the only one in the band smoking, and I come to the show high as shit. Rapper was like, man, hey, look, man, I'm gonna start calling your ass Smoke. Yo, I'm gonna start, and Rapper started that shit. You know what I'm
saying? Right. Nah, like I said, I had to ask that one, man, because I know, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people would say, man, come on, man, what you think, man? Like, come on, seriously. You know what I'm saying? But I had to ask, man. I had to ask. Now, so here you are. You joined the band. It's 91, man. Go-Go is at its peak, man. We talking about Essence, man. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, Trouble Funk is kind of, they doing their little thing. We got Airways, so many. I mean, Go-Go is at its peak, man. And Northeast is coming up, man. You guys are young and you guys are hungry, man. What was the first show that you played? What was the first show that you performed and you realized, like, you know what? I think I can do this shit, man. I think this is something that I want to make a career of, man.
It was down Evans Grill with Northeast Groovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Evans Grill was like the hot spot back in the day.
Remember,
you know what I mean?
I remember that.
Yeah, like that was the hot spot back in the day. And you played in that joint. I was like, and because like for real, before that, I used to lift equipment and shit for the sound man Earl that passed away. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He passed away, so that was my man. He had me, I mean, you know what I'm saying, working with him and stuff, lifting sound. So that's how I used to see Northeast Groovers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just before, like I lift equipment, and I sit back and watch the band. Like, damn, them niggas cranking like shit. So now that I'm in a band in Legacy, and I'm playing and practicing with Legacy, and we playing at Lure shows, then Northeast Groovers come ask you, like, do you want to play with us? Like, oh shit, these them niggas that was cranking like shit. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the whole story, though. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, you know what I'm saying? that's how all of it came about.
So Smoke, what, you know what I mean? Like, what was some of the Congo players, man, that kind of like influenced you, man? Because we got some legendary. We got guys like Mickey. You know what I'm saying? We got guys like Sauce who came up. Say that again.
Mick was the main dude that inspired me for real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's what I was saying. Once I started watching that Go Live, that's who I was following, Go Mick. I was like, oh, but I watched all the Congo players, but Mick was the one I was following. Mick and Wink. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wink, my bro, man. That's my bro for life, Joe. That's my man, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Wink, man.
So, yeah, he taught me a lot.
So talk about your style a little bit, man. Because like I said, man, for the past, man, I swear to God, man, for like the past 20, 25 years, man, every time we talk about Congo play, I remember going in high school, man, everybody like, all, you know, we had different little bands in high school. Everybody want to be Smoke, man. Everybody want, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is personal for me, man. So talk about your style a little bit, man, and explain, like, you know what I'm saying, some of the things that make you unique, man. You know what I'm saying, outside of the other different Congo players, man, because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and this is a two-part question. When I think of the Congo player, man, would you say like the Congo player is like the central core of the band, man? You know, give me your take on that.
Well, see, my style, what it is, I always just tried to be fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I used to work on back in the day is my speed. Is trying to get fast as I can, anyhow, any way I can to get my hands fast. It wasn't to be the fastest, it was to be able to keep up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Thinking I wasn't able to keep up, just trying to get faster to try to keep up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my style come from, being fast, trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's where all the fast shit come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what was the second part of the question?
No, I was saying, you know, like when a lot of people, when we think of like, you know, most bands, man, the first guys that we think of, man, is like the legendary Congo players, man. So, you know, I come to the conclusion, man, of thinking that, you know, as far as thinking that, I feel like the Congo player is like the core, that core element, man, within the band. So, you know, can you elaborate on that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You know, what's your whole take on that? That's you know, that's how I feel.
I don't agree on that. I agree. I think the drummer is the core element. Okay. Cause he holds the pace for everybody. You know what I mean? So we, like, everybody following the drummer's pace. You know what I'm saying? That's the core element to me.
Okay.
The Congo is the core ad-lib element. You know what I mean? Everybody else is in their music. Dun, dun, dun. The Congos is the ad-lib. Blah, 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 blah. That's good. Right. That's the only one I feel that can blah, 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 all over, ad-lib all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
No, that's right, man. That's why I wanted to hear your take, man. Being that you're a legend in this game, man, I had to get your, you know what I'm saying, your opinion, man. And I was thinking, like I said, I felt like it was going to either be the drummer or the Congo player, but I go back and forth because the reason why I say that, and I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, man, because I feel like when you think of go-go, you think of heavy percussion, man, and you think of that, you think of, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the first elements. But
when you think about it, that Congo player not doing that if that drummer not setting that pace.
Nah, you right. You
know what I'm saying?
Nah, I I like your musical knowledge, man. I gotta respect that. That's why I had to throw that out there. See if you know what I'm saying. Make sure you know what I'm saying. See if you was gonna catch that one right there. But nah, I feel you. I feel you, man. I appreciate you not being biased, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So look, let's fast forward, man.
I know about the Congo. You know what I mean?
Nah. It's like I said, man. I got respect for everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had to throw. I got smoke on here, man. So we had to see if he gonna be biased, man. We're gonna see if he gonna be biased, man. I'm gonna ask the same thing when I get the opportunity to ask.
Shoot my man out too, man. Arion Clothing, man. I gotta shoot my man out. Arion Clothing, man.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Where can we is that in the city? You know what I'm saying?
It's on internet online right now, arion.net. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Hey man. Hey, that's what's up, man. Shout him out, man. So look, let's fast forward, man. Hey, Smoke, go ahead, roll up, brother. Get comfortable, man.
Hey, I'm good. My joint still burning, man.
Yeah. So look, we go fast forward, man. Let's talk about 93, man. This is my introduction, man. I'm in junior high school, man, and I'm hearing these songs come on the radio, man. Like, I mean, and they blended in with the music that was popular at that time, man. And I'm gonna be honest, man, it seemed like to me as a young kid, Northeast was the first group that had multiple songs, man, at one time that blended in with top 40 radio. Now, I could say Essence, and we could say Chuck. They always had like a song. They got tons of legendary songs, but y'all had like 3 that were just, I mean, you would hear Jodeci. And then you would hear, you know what I'm saying? You would hear Van Damme. You would hear Naughty by Nature. Then you would hear 20-minute workout. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, you guys had like a plethora of songs. So take me back, man. What was it like, man? What was it like, man, when that Van Damme dropped in 93? And talk about the inspiration, man, behind that, man. Who wrote that, by the way?
Well, Van Damme, like most of the stuff that we did came off stage, off field.
Of course.
Like and like this the only band I ever seen. We'll like while we warming up about to start, the DJ be playing a song. We'll start playing that song. You know what I'm saying? So every show, a DJ playing something different. Everybody just start playing the song, and rapper would come out with the jump. You know what I'm saying? That's why Northeast used to have different songs like every show, like because we just catch on to a DJ song and start playing that jump. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I used to work out a little bit. Like I try to play my congos to every radio song that come on, so I can know how to fit into every different. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? The genre. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, y'all had a plethora of joints, man. You know, my favorite one all time, man, is that Water, man. That Water, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? What made y'all go ahead and sample that Aqua Boogie? And it's funny, man, because I heard it's people ain't not gonna believe me, but I heard the Water before I heard Aqua Boogie.
Oh dang! See, that was Hug knew all them songs like that. Hug knew all the songs.
I didn't know about Parliament like that.
Before they even came out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the Water, but I'm just saying like he'll have a song, we'll be like, damn, what is that? And then the next 2 weeks or a week later, we'll hear it on the radio. We're like, damn, Hug had the joint before. It don't even came out and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was Hug. Hug put the Water to the, like it was just a solo beat. Yeah. I was solo one time, man. We took the last ending of the solo beat, and that was the Water part, and made the whole song. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that thing crank, man. That joint used to come on. I'm talking about the spins was crazy, man. Like how does that happen, man? Like how do you guys get like songs on the radio, man? Like because you know there was a time, man. Like I said, man. To my knowledge, man, you didn't hear. Like, I didn't hear go-go songs on the radio getting that type of consistent spin. So who does that, man? How does that work, man? Because y'all was
I guess whoever worked in the radio station, if they trying to push go-go hard enough, You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The person that worked there, like DJ Rico, used to work at 95 and work at 93, and he used to work at all them joints. So he used to be in there trying to push go-go hard. So that's what probably got that in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now I gotta go to another classic, man. I gotta go to that 20-minute workout, man. I gotta go to the 20. I remember that was the first. I saw you guys play that. That was the first Northeast show that I ever went to see, man. And this is like 95, and y'all killed it, man. Like seeing that, like being there. And it was a experience, man, I would never forget. It was like my first go-go show, man. You're talking about this is at this is at Dino's. And yeah, I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. Like I'm a young kid. It was an experience, man. So talk about that a little bit, man. And what does that song mean to you, man?
I mean, like that song, that's the song that me and Doug played almost like the same beat. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Doug played almost kind of like the same beat. And wasn't nobody hardly doing that back then. You know what I'm saying? So me and Doug, like it's almost like the Congo beat and the Rollerton beat is almost identical. You know what I'm saying? So like that we try and that's what they made, and the rappers and the singers, they gonna put their parts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's happening, and that's the same way Novi's Essence do now. That's what Essence be doing that now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Can't Run From the Crank.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? That was me doing a solo, and White Boy pointed the beat out. I mean, like he was like, "Oh shit, we can use that."
Right.
Told Kyle to put something to it, and now it's Run From the Crank. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So, man, what was it like, man? Like around that time, and when did you realize, like, what show was it when you feel like, man, we arrived, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Was it like a particular show where you feel like y'all got y'all blessing, man?
As far as who? Northeast Groovers?
Yeah, man. Like, you know what I mean? As far as like, when because I feel like prior to 93, man, like I said, they Northeast was doing their thing. But I feel like that 93, 94, 95, man, was just ridiculous, man. So when you was a member, man, could you talk about like that? Is there like a show where you feel like, man, we are on, like we on Mount Rushmore, man?
Man, what's the I can't remember the name of the joint all the way out up in Marlboro, man. Ooh. When we came in a helicopter.
Man.
But we didn't come in. It was only Rapper Deuce and Hug that came in a helicopter though. Yeah. We was already on stage. You know what I'm saying? But that show again, and it was basically us against Junkyard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't say who won. It was just a performance to me. Right. But everybody saying Junkyard got out. Some people say we got out. So I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter to me. It was a performance to me. But
right.
You know what I'm saying? That show made me like, oh shit, we that's like a big show. That was like a big show. You know what I'm saying? That let me know that okay, I'm in something. I'm in something serious for real.
No doubt. Nah. That's what's up, man. So, a lot of, and I hate to, I'm gonna switch gears for a second, man, because, around this time, man, DC was just crazy, man. The city was crazy, man. We talk about the mid 90s, man. And, I remember seeing a lot of different, reading about, different venues, man. Different tragedies happen at a lot of these shows, man. Did that ever, trickle down as far as like making you guys think about how you guys have to move, man,
Oh yeah, at certain times it definitely did. You know what I'm saying? Like especially like when Northeast Groovers got real hot and we was playing every day and we playing every day of the week and all that, we definitely had people watching us and certain shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a time where you had to seriously watch your back, but I mean that's life period though. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's at any time. I mean, like,
Right.
I mean, man.
I hate to talk about that, man, but it was something, it was a reality, and this is what the city was at the time, man. And do you feel like I'm gonna be honest, let's keep it 100. Do you feel like some bands like contribute to that? What's your take on that?
They don't necessarily contribute to it. You know what I'm saying? See, like Northeast Groovers, we used to hit stuff to get the crowd hype. All they trying to do is get the crowd hype.
That's what I was saying.
They not trying to provoke them to go outside and shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Northeast Groovers used to hit headbanger. It's the headbanger. It's the headbanger. You know what I'm saying? All that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Fight. We not telling them. We not hitting fight to tell them to fight. We just hitting stuff that's getting hype, that get you hype.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Get the crowd hype, the moving. You know what I'm saying? But eventually people took it that way and took it left. You know what I mean?
Man. I remember. Unfortunately, man, it was some tragedies, man.
I don't never think a band trying to contribute to, you know what I'm saying, violence.
I had to ask, like, I personally don't feel like you guys did, but I remember like reading different excerpts in the Washington Post and the Washington Times, and I didn't like how, even on the news, man, I didn't like how they tried to make it seem like you guys contributed to that. So I feel like as a journalist, man, I'd rather ask the question directly to somebody who was a part of that movement, man, just to clear the air once and for all, man. So don't take that as like me. I don't feel that way, Smoke.
Oh no, I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. I appreciate that.
Nah, cause like I said, man, I know you guys, like, at the end of the day, you guys just want to go ahead and perform and go home, man. Go get back to your families.
Yeah, and that's all we trying to do is satisfy the crowd. When we see the crowd, if the crowd's sitting like, come on, y'all, come on. So we gonna hit something that's hype to get them hyped, to get them moving. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's what that be about.
Yeah, man. Y'all was like rock stars, man. I'm gonna be honest though. Y'all was like rock stars, man. I remember y'all came to my high school, man. And y'all killed it, man. I went to Coolidge, man, and I remember y'all came.
Oh yeah.
Y'all crank, man. Y'all crank, man. And like I said, man, I would never forget seeing you guys, man. Just kill it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? So let's fast forward, man, because we gonna be here talking all day, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to fast forward to, like, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on now. Like, now you currently with Red Essence, man. I remember I went to a show at Fast Eddie's, man, and all I know, man, somebody told me, man, yeah, Smoke played with Essence. I'm like, huh? When did this happen? And I said, man, these guys got like,
I'm 15.
This is like a super team now. I'm like, man, they got like, Essence has like 3 of the best congo players of all time, man, that's playing with Essence, man. So talk about that, man. Like, talk about your transition from Northeast Groovers. And if you don't mind, like, condense it a little bit, man, because I don't want to keep you here all night. But what was it like, man, like transitioning from Northeast Groovers to Red Essence, and what made you make that decision, man? I have researched all over the place.
What it was, Northeast Groovers had already broken up.
Now what happened? Why did they break up?
Well, actually, I don't want to say, I don't want to like say it like I'm blaming it on somebody or I'm putting it on somebody, but it was like rapper left first, and then we left, then me, Doug, and Hug left and made solo right after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It wasn't nobody really fault. It was just people wanted to go different ways and shit.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate, man. So
yeah, I know.
So now, this is you started something entirely new, man. You know what I'm saying? And what was that like? Like, how did you you know, what was that phone? Do you remember how was that phone call like, or as far as like joining Red Essence, man? How did you become a part of Red Essence? You know,
I mean, you know, Essence always been the top band.
Fact.
I mean, you know, so who not gonna want to be with them? You know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, me and Blue Eye Daryl, we real cool. We be talking on the phone, and, you know what I'm saying, hanging out and stuff, chilling and everything. So we was talking, and he was like, man, white boy interested in the Congo player. I'm like, man, if he really is, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went, and white boy ended up calling me. You know what I'm saying? And saying he was interested, and if we can put something together, we can make it happen. We made it happen.
So it was pretty much like a smooth transition, basically.
Yeah, it kind of was. And then like at that point, a rapper had asked me to play with it wasn't what band then, it was I think it was Project 71.
Okay.
I had played with them. I was playing with them for like 2 weeks until White Boy was like, give it 2 weeks so we can settle in. And then, you know what I'm saying, like after that, that's why I was playing with rapper for 2 weeks. And then White Boy called out. It was over there. It was a done deal then.
No doubt. Now, and around this time, man, you know, it seemed like a lot of bands, man, you know, bands were no longer playing in the city. You know, the East Side is gone, Kilimanjaro gone, the Chaplain gone, like all these clubs, man, that I remember as a young kid, man, it seemed like they're gone, and now the bands are playing, you know what I'm saying, they don't play in the city no more, man. So do you feel like that kind of like do you feel like that plays a role as far as you know, some of the youngest, man, not being as knowledgeable about go? Because I feel like, man, some of the youngest, man, they don't love go like we love it, man. Like in DC, growing up as a kid, it was go, R&B, and then it was rap.
Yeah, and see, that's because we ain't have a whole lot of outlets back then. You know what I'm saying? They got millions of outlets now. You can do anything now. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, you either had to find a sport, or you had to be smart as a motherfucker, or you joined a band. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much back then, but you know what I'm saying? Now they got a lot of outlets, so I can see why they don't focus in on go like everybody used to. You know what I'm saying? Because and then the places they done shut down so many places. People who gotta play at restaurants now and shit. You gotta find a restaurant to play at that'll let you play in there, that got their liquor license and got everything straight. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just open up a little hole in the wall and get the plan now. You can't do that no more.
Right.
You know, you gotta have licenses and gotta have shit straight and you know what I'm saying?
What's one of your favorite venues to play at that you played at? Give me your top three.
Right now?
Nah, of all time, like in you know, I want to go back to like the Northeast days, man, because like I said, I done seen you guys all over the city, man. Like I said, from the, you know, Chap, you know what I'm saying, the Mirage. When I was young, it was the Mirage. You know, man,
Northeast kind of like played all over America.
Yeah, that's cool. Give me. I don't care if it's in. Hey, Smoke. I don't care if that joint is in Seattle, Atlanta, whatever. Give me your top three. What I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like a Portland joint we went to. I mean, I'm not racist. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge people. I'm just saying, like, but the white people was going crazy out there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they was. I don't know what year it was we went out there, but they was doing the reality show stuff before reality show stuff came out.
Hold on, Smoke. What you mean by that?
College. It was a college in Portland we played at. I don't even remember what college it was, man. That joint was all dang, shorty. It was like 1 million people in that joint. They was partying like shit. Yeah. And I went around the corner. They over there. They had tubs of bugs eating them junks and doing all. That's what I'm sorry. These people crazy, shorty. Like I'm sorry. Hey, that's what I'm saying. They was doing reality stuff before reality stuff, man. Like, that shit was crazy, shorty.
They was doing like what they call like doing beer keg stands and all that type of wild shit.
Man, they doing all that, Joe. Dudes come up to you with the green and everything, all that. It was off the chain out that, John. That was a nice experience for me. That's why that's why I was saying, like, that's one of the nicest experiences. But I had a nice experience playing. I played with a lot of R&B artists. We played with a lot of R&B artists, like, you know what I'm saying, like Outkast and you know what I'm saying, Redman and Method Man. We played with them, even though they ain't let us come smoke with them. But you know what I'm saying.
Oh man, they did the damage. Right.
Yeah, it was all good though, but you know what I'm saying? We performed with them though. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up. When did y'all win? Hold up, Outkast. I don't remember that one right there, man. We talking about.
We played that, nah, it wasn't Outkast. It was Goody Mob. My bad. It was Goody Mob.
Okay.
Goody Mob. Yeah, we was at the stadium joint.
Y'all was down in Atlanta.
Nah. Down here at the stadium in DC, right there, the RFK joint.
Okay.
The little spot they play at the RFK right there.
Okay, so that's where I guess that's where the CeeLo connection. Did you got a chance to meet? You know what I'm saying? Because you know I know y'all just dropped the joint with CeeLo, man. That baby, don't you go.
Yeah, but we don't remember meeting back then. You know what I'm saying? It was like a flying by. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, y'all did good. Y'all did good. Thanks, Joe. All right. And it's about your way. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Now, always, you know, one thing I love about you know, music, man. I love when different genres, man, come together, man. And I wanna switch gears for a second, man, because you know you guys just released 2 songs with 2 of my favorite artists, man. You mentioned one of them, the band Goody Mob, with one of their members, CeeLo Green, and then y'all dropped that Hit the Floor with Snoop Dogg, man. So I want to start off, man, with that Baby Don't You Go, man. How did you link up with CeeLo, man?
Hey man, I don't know. That's a white boy connection or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just in the band with the Essence John. They got all the connections. They know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? He called me one night. Hey, come to the studio. We got some papers to sign and for you to do something in the studio real quick. Okay, I come in the studio and it's CeeLo in the joint. I'm like, dang. All right. Hey. You know what I'm saying? But back y'all was just leaving the joint. They you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he doing something with everybody. That's what's up. That was tough right there. That's what I like, man. Doing something with everybody. Just pick one band and do something. Do something with everybody.
No. Then y'all had, you know, prior to that, man, I think it was a couple of years ago, man, you had a joint with Snoop that hit the floor. You get a chance to burn it down with Snoop.
Oh yeah. He can't in a little video shoot, John. He passed the J to Animal and shit. Man, Animal hit that. Yeah.
So you think Snoop can smoke you under the table because your name's Smoke. Your name's Smoke, man. You know what I mean? You think you can hang with Snoop,
man? Hey Joe, I smoke under the table, but I'm not trying to out smoke nobody though. You know, I'm smoking just to get me high, Joe, just to chill out. You know what I'm saying?
I had to ask, man, because your name is Smoke, man. I had to ask, man. You know
I know some dudes that can smoke though, but they might can smoke Snoop under the table, but not me though. Not me though.
Nah. He seemed to have, like, you know, from what I've seen, man, it seemed like he has a real appreciation, man. Him and CeeLo, man, for go-go music, man. So, you know, do you feel like you know, there's other artists, man, that you guys would love to, you know, is there any particular artist, you know what I'm saying, that you think, you know what I'm saying, that you would like to collaborate with outside of the go-go genre?
I mean, I don't know anybody for real. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, anybody that like our type of music. You know what I'm saying? If they like our type of music, we like them. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no problem with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because we like all type of music too. Because we playing half of their songs anyway. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We fuck with everybody. Like, that's why when an artist come down, it don't matter who it is. You can come down, you can get on the go-go stage. Get on the go-go stage. We not hating on you or nothing. We not, you know what I'm saying? We want to party with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they sometimes take it like, oh, I gotta get paid, or something else gotta happen. Okay, that's cool too though. You know what I'm saying? But we fuck with anybody. We fuck with everybody. That's why we be playing just like everybody's music. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our own originals too though, but you know what I'm saying?
So what's the difference, man? Now that you with Red Essence, can you talk about the difference between, you know, being part of Red Essence and what's the difference, what's the difference between what's it like being with Essence compared to being with Northeast Groovers? Let me just put it like that.
Oh, when I was with Northeast Groovers, we was young. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really understand the game for real. We was just playing. We was just happy to play, happy to go play. You know what I'm saying? See, like now we older, we know how to take your time and make sure, okay, we can do this and we can make sure we do this. Back when you young, you just happy to play. You just happy to get the fuck out the house and do something, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't thinking about the, you know what I'm saying? Like now y'all about y'all business. You know, you understand.
Yeah, we understand the business more now and understand that it is a business. It ain't just, we just out here playing.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, hey, Smoke. So I was talking like earlier, man, like I was saying, man, I remember, and you can vividly remember these days too, man. You know how them 90s were, man, but it's like now when I go to a go-go show, man, I can take my lady, man, I can enjoy myself. I don't see the violence and all the stuff that I used to see, like at the Ibex and all that, like, you know, the Black Hole. I don't see none of that now, man. So, you know what I mean? Talk about where go-go is at now, and how does, you know, does that does that inspire like how you guys play now? Like what's your whole take on that, man? You know, how do you see it, you know?
I mean, yeah, I definitely think everybody done grown up, you know what I'm saying? Past all the fighting and arguing and in the go-go. Why are you doing that in the go-go? We trying to have fun. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people done grown up past that, and then that with Essence crowd, older and young. You know what I'm saying? So older crowd, like, y'all, youngins, calm down. Just have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's basically how it is. Everybody just chilling, having fun. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Like I said, man, you know, I feel like I can go to any go-go show now. I can bring my lady, man. I ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, somebody, you know, wants, you know, stepping on my foot or somebody. Like, I feel safe, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was, you know, and there was a time period, man, I say like maybe 5-6 years, man, that I just, you know, I was like, man, I'm gonna chill, man, because it was getting crazy, man. And I love like the past 15 years, man. It's been love, man. I've been to maybe probably about, I don't know, maybe about 10-15 shows within the past 10 years, and I've yet to see any altercation, man. Any altercation. I see brothers, you know, talking to each other. The ladies are friendly, man. It's like a whole different vibe now.
It's a whole different vibe now, Joe. And it do be like little every fights every now and then, but it don't be like nothing like back in the day where like half the crowd fighting the other half of the crowd. It won't never. I don't think it will never be like that no more, because everybody majority singled out now. You know what I'm saying? It's just one-on-one now. It ain't a whole bunch of crews and all that no more. You know what I'm saying? But people do come out together, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like a crew. Like they not. You know what I'm saying? Like we do got crews, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that no more. Everybody just coming up chill.
I feel like, man,
represent their crew and represent. Yeah. We here to party. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to fuck the party up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I love it, man. I love it. Like I said, man, you know, every time I come see y'all at Fast Eddie's, man, y'all kill it. I try to stay for the whole show, man. It's a beautiful thing. Matter of fact, I enjoy myself now that I'm older. I enjoy myself more now than I did when I was younger.
Oh damn, yeah.
And y'all, and you guys are.
When we was younger, it used to be extremely hyped though, because we was so young. We used to just be hyped the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just laid back, and you can watch the scene and see what's going on. And, you know what I'm saying? Back then you was hyped, you just ready to go and ready to do something, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, get your grown and sexy on now, man. You feel good. You feel good bringing your lady there, knowing that you go walk out and you go have everything on you and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel comfortable, man. I'm just like people who gonna watch this who may not have been to a go-go back in the 90s, man. I'ma just tell y'all, man, some venues was just crazy, man. What was like the craziest venue that you played at that? Like whenever you show up here, man, you like, oh. All right, man, let's do this. Let's do this.
I don't ever look at a place like that. I mean, I'm always there to try to do what the band got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Like we don't never look thinking that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But the worst joint to me was at WST though. You know what I'm saying? The nigga came shooting in that joint.
What year was this?
That's what I can't remember.
Like the mid-90s?
Us and Backyard was playing in the joint up in WST. And man, somebody came shooting.
By Howard University, right?
Yeah. Man, you know, it had bleachers and stuff. Like I'm playing on the stage right here. Yeah. It had bleachers and stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was jumping off the bleachers. Man, that shit was crazy, so that shit was crazy. Man, I'm playing all you see is them little spots, pop, 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 pop. I was like, oh shit, somebody shooting in this motherfucker. You start seeing motherfuckers jumping off shit, I was like, God damn.
I shouldn't be laughing, man. I
know. It's funny now, but back then, I don't even know if somebody got killed or not, but I don't know, man. But dang, that shit was crazy though. That was the craziest joint to me.
Man, I'm glad them days is in the past, man. Long gone, man. So what are some of the bands, man? You know, because go-go has gone through a transition, man. You know, the past 50 years, man. How do you feel about the state of go-go in 2022, man?
Man, it feel good to me. It feel like everybody's starting to come out with their original stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's starting to be like solid bands coming up, like Mature Clientele and stuff like that. Like that's a solid band for real. You know what I'm saying? Like and you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got originals and got songs, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody got structure. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like the difference is now.
Okay. No, that's I hear you, man. It's like I said, it seemed like every other year, man, I'm hearing like a different band, man. You know what I'm saying? But RE to me, man, I'm biased, man. RE always gonna be number one. So like I said, I was psyched, man. When I found out they had that you was a part of you know what I'm saying, Essence, man, I was like, oh hell nah, man. This is like the Detroit Pistons of the 80s, man. This is a squad now, man. And y'all kill it every Friday night, man. Every Friday night. I try to check y'all out, man. At least once a month, man. And I'm definitely gonna be at this next show, man. I missed it. I told you I was supposed to get it with you this past Friday, but it rained. I don't like going out in the rain, man. I don't like it. Look, hey, Smoke, man, I'm not gonna hold you, brother, man. It has been an honor, man. This has been a lifelong dream of mine to chop it up with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Is anything you want to say before we get up out of here, man?
No, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for listening. If you seen it, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody. Come check out Essence every Friday. You know what I'm saying? Fast Eddie's every Saturday. Aqua. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Oh yeah, don't forget about that Aqua on what's that, New York Avenue, right?
Yeah.
So hey, before we get out of here, where can they people follow you like on social media? You know what I'm saying? Instagram, Twitter,
Go Smoke on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? My name's Samuel C. Dudes on Facebook. So they had my government on Facebook.
yeah, Facebook. They didn't switch it up.
Hey.
All right, Smoke, man. Look, man. Hey, this has been a pleasure, man. I'm glad you was able to take time out of your busy schedule, man. Hey, keep killing it, man. God bless you, man. And thank you for just taking this opportunity, man. I know I'm expecting nothing but great things from y'all, man. And I will be at the show this Friday, man. Hopefully I'll be able to go with y'all. And hey, tell Kill Switch, man. Thank you, man, for putting this together, man. He the one told me I need to reach out to you.
That's a bet. And God bless you too, man. Keep up the good work too, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, follow me on IG too, man, because I follow you, man.
All right, I got you. I gotta see it on there. I don't be saying the.
I know. I get it. All right, Smoke, man. I'm not gonna hold you, brother. Hey, I'm Malak Arif, man. You watching Bridging the Generation podcast, man, with the one and only Go Smoke, man, of Red Essence, formerly in Northeast, man. There we go. Yes, sir.
Arion Clothing.
Arion Clothing, man. Again, we signing out, man. Take care, brother.
My man, appreciate you, Joe.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, you